Hi, my name is Zak Harrington. I'm the Technical Director at Premier Arts, and over the next couple of weeks as we're rolling out all these different videos with activities and stuff for you guys to do, I'm going to be coming out with a couple just crafts, easy things that you can make at home to make it very simple. So today we're going to start something very cool, very easy. All it is we're just going to make a bow and arrow, and for this you're just going to need 5 pencils, probably about 10 rubber bands. If you have any of these black clips at home, that would be preferable for what's about to happen. A glue gun, and also I took a cap from a Sharpie for the tube part that you're gonna see, and then I just cut the very top of it off so that way the pencil can slide through. You'll really see what I'm saying as I show you what I'm making. So kids, please make sure that you ask your parents' help for any of the cutting or anything like that. Alright, so let's get this thing started. Okay, so first what you're going to want to do, so you've got your 5 pencil here, you're going to take 2 of your pencils first, and you're going to hold them together just like this, and take one of your rubber bands, and then you're just going to take it over the top towards the ends, and we're just going to wrap this around a couple of times so it gets nice and tight. Doesn't need to be perfect, just make sure it holds the pencils together just like that. Now you're going to want it a little bit away from the edges. See how I'm not quite all the way to the edges there? Now you want to do the same thing on the opposite side. You're just going to do rubber band, take it around, nice and easy, keeping the pencils tight together. Okay? Now you're going to do the same thing with these 2 here. Take it again, and you're going to wrap it around, wrap it around. Now these 2 aren't as important to keep the ends clear as the other one. These ones you just need to make sure it's together. Okay, so now you've got yourself your 2 sets with the pencils all put together. Make sure that the ends on one of them are a little bit more clear. So now you're going to take all of these and you're going to put them together, kind of like a cross. Okay, so you want the one that had the extra space on the ends to be your one that's up towards the top. It's going to be your horizontal, not your vertical. So now we're just going to take this and same thing. Just going to get as tight as we can, not making it too hard here. Okay, and make sure everything's nice and centered up. So it should look a little bit like this. Okay, so now with this horizontal one facing down, so you're going to want this vertical one to be the top. You're going to place it right down like this. So this is where your hot glue will come into play. Now you don't necessarily have to use hot glue. You could technically actually do this portion with rubber bands also. I just like using hot glue better. But what you're going to do is you're going to take the hot glue and you're going to glue all right here, and you're going to lay one face of this straight down, just like that. Okay? So here we go. Let's get it glued. Like that. Okay? So while we're waiting for that to dry, we've got our cap here. So this was that cap that I told you about. This is just the cap off of a Sharpie, and I cut the end off of it. And same thing, you're going to want to take your glue and you're going to glue it about halfway up your bow and arrow there. So right about here. Okay? So you're going to want to take that guy. Ooh. Oh, man down. You just want to glue it right up in here. Just like that. Now we just gotta wait for the glue to dry. Alright, so now that everything's dry, it should look a little bit like this, okay? So everything's glued, you got yourself a little bit of lip here to grab onto, and you've got your empty cap right here. So now, you're going to take another rubber band, and you're going to wrap it, so now on those horizontals, this was the reason we had them stick out a little bit, right? So you want that rubber band to tuck right in between these two pencils here. So you might have to force it open just a little bit to get your pencil in there. There we go. The rubber band in the pencil, sorry about that. And then same thing on the other side. So now, you just pull this down. This is where it's going to be important that everything is centered, because as you can tell, if it's not centered, that starts to pull down. So if you pull it down and open up your black clamps, and you just set the rubber band in. So now you can use this time first to make sure everything here is centered, so that way nothing pulls to the left or the right. It should be equally pulling on both sides, okay? There we go. That's good, right? There's the winner. So now you've got your little bow and arrow here. So then once you have everything pulled nice and tight and looking good, you just slide your pencil right through that cap that we set up, and then you get it set right in your rubber band, and boom, you've got yourself a bow and arrow. So that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll have bigger and bigger crafts as we go on. I'm just trying to keep it small, something easy for you guys to do at home just for fun. Definitely I would recommend help from parents from anything that we do, especially anything that takes the cutting or maybe even the hot glue. But also I definitely recommend that you only do this with an unsharpened pencil unless you have some parents watching over you. Thank you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Bye-bye.